Hello, this is, you know who this is. This video is considering training day. And training day was the only title that I can come up with. And it's still, like, maybe I come up with the wrong title that seems like that makes this series that's connected. This is now the last part. Give credit where credit is due. So maybe I got the title wrong. But here we go. I'm back. I was in Kentucky to learn, to train, to talk about, to discuss numerous things, to spend time with a military veteran of 6 years, Tim, aka White Coyote 65. The objective had many objectives, but one objective that we both agreed on was to show my son that I'm having a good time, and maybe he'll start talking to me, returning messages, or calling to say hi, anything. But that was one of the objectives. One of the other objectives was to learn military tactics, how to operate a unit, to lead a unit, to be a leader, to conduct a unit, know what a unit, every member in that unit does, to come up with basic hand signs, even some make my own hand signs that only my unit understands or knows. That was one other objective. The other objective was, of many, was when he was talking to me, or he would answer a question or show me how to do something or anything, then I would have like an info war with him, where I'd just drop info, and that hopefully that he did not know, or if he did know it, great. But so one thing that I said that was to about Tim in a comment, that it was going in one ear and out the other. The example, let me give you one example of what I was talking about. When we had an info war, or after he would answer some questions and we would talk, or he would show me how to hold a gun, or how to position my body, just in case I was to get hit by a bullet. One way to minimize the damage to me. But then I would tell him things and that I hopefully he didn't know, or he couldn't know. What I meant by one thing go in one ear and out the other is those light bulbs that have mercury in it, that are supposed to be the energy savers. You know, uh, the the Club of Rome light bulbs, like the Al Gore light bulbs, to save the earth, that had mercury in it, that if you bust them, if they break, they give off mercury, and it's not good to breathe, or you gotta go through some go through some procedures like poison control or something like that. They talk about it. It's one of the warnings or disclaimers, or that's on the back of the box. I would like, for instance, tell him about that while he was packing up some stuff to give to his brother, because he was moving from that trailer, which and so he was giving his stuff away, some stuff away to his brother that had kids, and those light bulbs. I unscrewed the light bulb after and put it in a bag to give to his brother that has kids. got kids that light bulb's gonna break, and you don't. I mean, or has a good chance of it. So that's what I mean. And still, yeah, he goes, yeah, this is my stuff. That's some messed up stuff. You know, he put it back in his bag, or put it in his bag to give to the brother that had children, or one of his brothers that had children. That's what I meant about that. Tim, aka Y Coyote 65, knows what he's doing. He, there were some things that I did wrong, knowingly do it wrong, just to see if he would correct it. And he did. Like holding a gun and firing it. But, and there was some things that was kind of troubling, but I guess that was my own paranoia. But, you know, when you kind of meet people over the internet and then you go out to go live with them or travel the country, I think that was one of our objectives. I thought we were going to be straight up and go join the revolution or something like that. But we were going to travel the country or go off to the mountains and do some more training and hook up with maybe a couple more militia brothers or units or patrol, you know, or groups. But that was um, that was that. I mean, I didn't run drills. We didn't play war games. We we could talk about tracking and scouting, and the only scouting we did was when Airborne, we believe it was Airborne and Navy SEALs, was doing some training, doing something over there, which he and me think that there's like a biodome out there. And when I can, I'll get my the licenses, the forest license and the fishing license to give off where I was. But like there was some kind of biodome somewhere. That was just a theory. There was a lot of trucks at one time, and a lot of people couldn't go to certain parts of that forest, of the woods. So another thing is hunting. I can hunt, nowhere near as good as he can, but I couldn't even hunt out there. All I could do was fish, catch something off a hook in the water. If it was turtle, I still haven't found that beaver that went off with that fishing poles, but that was later. But so I couldn't. There was no season. I mean, even there was, I couldn't even use. I couldn't even kill rats and eat them. I mean, there's rat season. Well, I know there's a squirrel season, which I first thought they were just pulling my leg. Oh, you gotta have, there's a squirrel season. You can't hunt squirrel and eat them. And, no, it's not squirrel season. Well, I didn't think there was ever a squirrel season. I thought it was just like deer, beaver, buck, or that's the same thing. But snake, you know. But I had rat traps with some bait, peanut butter as bait, and the wood screws to screw it in into the trees to catch squirrels. And I couldn't even use those. Even the man Paul, Doc, aka Doc, who I respect. He's one of our troops. I respect him. No matter what I think of these wars or what the military-industrial complex with the offshore bank, with the secret societies, the Masons that start the war. But again, I don't want to get sidetracked. Think about the brainwashing, the MK Ultra, the departmentalized troops following orders that goes against their ethics, goes against their oath, goes against the Constitution, even though I believe it's been suspended since 1933 and it's null and void, and it's been null and void since then. Another thing is that, and I'm got to keep an eye on the time, I can only do 15 minutes at a time, so there might be a part 2 to this. Okay, because Ruth, the woman that I love and I'm living with I still have my crib, she still has her crib. We're looking at another crib Saturday, or next Saturday. We already seen it. We've already been there. We signed the information that we were supposed to sign and all that. I want to marry her. She knows that, so it's all up to her. I kind of thought she was pregnant. Still think she could be pregnant. So if my son is watching this, you may have a soon-to-be brother or sister coming into this world. And I know I said that I'm against having children because I would not want to force a soul into this. And I know it's a sin to say God-forsaken planet, which is wrong. God's in control. God's control. He's at the throne. Even though Satan runs and is control of the governments of the world and is trying to make it into a one world government with a one currency, and where the elitists can soar the heavens or space or dimensions and live forever with their cloning on their ships. But I caught a catch of poison oak out there, which I didn't think I caught it out there. Is when the day I got back and I got a hotel room and I put my knee brace on, bare skin. I didn't put it on over my clothes because all that had to be washed. So I put my knee brace on when I had my shorts on, and that's when I caught it. That one night, that first night, I had a real strange itching on my leg, on my lower leg, the same leg that had the knee operation. And it woke up the next morning swollen, and I couldn't hardly move. So that was one of the, and plus my feet swelled up from that one time that I left my shoes and socks that were wet. I didn't take off my shoes and put on a dry pair of socks and a clean, dry pair of other boots that were there, or shoes or tennis shoes that I had, because I had like three pairs of boots and tennis shoes. So that overnight, so I didn't catch poison oak there. I brought it back on that knee brace, and when I put it on bare skin the first night, I went to sleep when I got to the hotel. That's when I caught it. But the swelling from my feet being wet, or the blister, the water blister under the tooth, this was my big toe. It was up underneath these two fingers, and it injured the toes, the knuckles, the toes, and I don't want to say broke or anything like that because it didn't break, but it was the infection from the swelling, the blister went up through the top. Okay, well, there's going to have to be a part 2 to this because I do want to give credit where credit is due. Peace, V for Victory Garden, Militia.